Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we are gathered here today to discuss my financial habits. I'm not good at money.
Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
You know what? Actually, that's a lie. I think I'm a little bit okay at money in terms of like debt and stuff and not spending more than what I have. But I don't have a lot to work with, so that makes it a little bit easier. Let's jump into it. So in January, I started realizing, well, rather at the end of December, you know, the whole December month hits and you're spending like a lot of money on things, presents and gifts, and I went home and like travel and all these things just cost quite a bit of money. And I was like, oh my God, feeling a little stressed out about how much money was not in my bank account. I decided that I wanted to do a no spend month challenge kind of thing. So that's what I did in February. I didn't do it in January because I wanted to treat myself to an espresso machine / espresso grinder, a whole little espresso setup. I can say with certainty that since getting this whole thing set up, I have not made one Starbucks purchase. It has not paid for itself yet because I don't go to Starbucks that often anyway, but it's just so much fun. It's just a nice little routine, just the vibe of making your own latte at home. It's just really, really nice. Anyway, enough about that. February hit and I said, we're not spending anything extraneous. Is that the word I'm looking for? Irrelevant or unrelated to the subject being dealt with. So maybe not quite the word I was looking for there. Or maybe it is. So here are the facts. I don't make a lot of money. I'm an impulsive shopper. I love going shopping. I love getting little presents in the mail. The worst thing is that I wake up in the morning, alarm goes off, 2 a.m. I'm sleepy. I open Instagram for just like a minute or two for my eyes to wake up, you know, and I get an ad and I'm like, oh shit, that's a thing that I need. And then I buy it. And then it arrives in the mail a few weeks later and I completely forgot that I even purchased it in the first place. So clearly, those kinds of things are not purchases that I need to be making. However, I make them anyway, because they're fun. And the amount of times that I would just buy stuff on Amazon, just for fun, too many times. Too many times, you guys, too many times. So I decided February,
none of that shit. Cut that shit out. We're not doing any of that spending.
we are just buying groceries. I didn't really put a cap or anything on my grocery spending. I just kind of, you know, if it was a grocery item, I purchased it. However, I did not do my little walkie shop arounds at Target. I did not do any online shopping. Yeah, the only random item that came that wasn't like grocery thing that was from Amazon was dog poop bags. And we need those. We got 2 dogs and they got a lot of poop. We got to pick up the poop. So here's how things went. On February 1st, I had $200 in my checking account. We're gonna get real nitty gritty deep dive into Tara's finances here today. Just sharing my finances and like my portion of the finances in our household and not my husband's or anything because I didn't ask him. So he's out with a bird right now doing bird stuff. So we're just gonna be talking about my things and the stuff that I cover. And we split up our bills basically in proportion to like how much we make. February 1st hit and I said, we're tracking, baby. And I wrote down every single thing that I spent money on in the month of February, which is not like that many things because it's all just gas and groceries mostly. So when February 1st hit, I had $200 in my bank account and then I ended up getting paid on the 2nd, but actually for me, that means I deposit my paycheck on the 3rd because apparently I work at a job that exists in the 1900s and I have to deposit my check by myself. It's not direct deposit. So I usually don't get that until Saturday and then I deposit it then. So once that paycheck hit, I took that 200 that was like in there and I just, boop, savings, just threw it into savings just to have it in there. So then on that Saturday, February 3rd, my paycheck that I deposited was $1,307.36. The bakers, they make the dough, but they don't make the dough. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. You don't get paid a lot. And also I'm hourly. I don't work 40 hours a week usually. I'm generally only there for like 6.5, 7. And we do get tips as well. Those get accumulated into like my paycheck that I get. So I don't have to worry about like declaring them to taxes and stuff. So that's cool, that's nice. The first half of the month isn't really too crazy for me in terms of like bills and stuff coming out. It's mostly just, I mean, what really is there? Spotify, our internet bill. My bills for the whole month ended up being $456.77. And those are things that just like directly come out. That's like Epidemic Sound, Canva, Spotify, Amazon Prime, my car insurance, our water bill, internet bill, like that kind of stuff. What I spent on gas always hurts my heart every single time I see it. $196.64. That hurts. That hurts big time. Especially because when we used to live uptown Minneapolis, I was filling up my tank maybe twice a month. And that was great. That was really, really nice. Still not happy about how much I pay for gas and insurance. My car insurance is $129 a month. That's not fun because my commute is so long. So get wrecked insurance. And yes, I've shopped around. What I spent on groceries for the month of February, $335.09. And my husband and I kind of just like go and buy whatever we want, whenever we want, like for ourselves and for the household. So that includes everything like toilet paper, paper towels, cleaning supplies, all that kind of stuff. For miscellaneous, I spent $32 and that included the dog poop bags. I can't figure out what the other small purchase was. It was another Amazon one, but nothing is lining up. It's a thought for it's a worry for another day, okay? I did one thing that I don't know if this counts. We went out for dinner a couple days ago to a little restaurant that's like kind of local just to try it out. And their beers were really good, but the food was stupidly expensive. And we got hit with a $77 bill that we were not expecting to just each get one beer and like a meal, sandwiches, basically. $77. So that was a bit of a shock to my heart, hurt a little bit. And that brought our total spending for the month to my mortgage payment as well, $450 there. So that brings our total spending for the month to $1,547.50, which is not bad. Because you'll remember my first paycheck that I deposited on the 3rd was $1,300 or so. And then I got paid again on February 16th, and that was another $1,300 and some change. There, all the bills and everything, groceries, gas, covered for the month, which is cool. I don't have a car payment. My car is paid off, which is chef's kiss. We love that. We love my little Dario, paid off, love him. So the first half of the month, all of my bills and everything, once I knew I was about to get another paycheck again, whatever I had left in there, I just put into savings, and that was $800 because that's how low my like bill amount is in the beginning of the month. So $800 went into savings right before my second paycheck hit. That was the best feeling I've ever had. I've never done that because I'm just such a stupid spender and I buy dumb shit that I don't need. $800 into savings. That blew my mind. Like, what the hell am I buying that all of a sudden I can save $800 in the first half of the month? I just about shit my pants when that happened, and it made me real happy. And then I got this like bug, and I was like, I'm fucking never spending money ever again. I'm gonna save every goddamn dime that I make, which is not a healthy way to approach money. I think as a baker, because I don't make so much money for so long, everything has just been so tight all the time. Like, I was paycheck to paycheck for so long. Even with living as a dual income, no kids family, like I was always a little bit stressed out about money. It's just this constant stress. And I know a lot of people can relate to that. A lot of people feel that way. Money is just so stressful when you are living paycheck to paycheck like that. So I think once I started making a little bit more money, I was like, you know what? It's fine. I can buy these things. In a way, lifestyle creep a little bit. Not in terms of me overspending what I didn't have. Like, that's a thing that I don't ever do because being in debt absolutely terrifies me. Realizing that I could be saving so much more money just because I impulse shop all the time. And then at the end of the month, I still had $500 that I could put into savings. So I saved a total of $1,300 a month. And I also put $200 towards a credit card that I just keep like a really low revolving utilization on. So that's what I spent all my money on, and that's how much money I made this month. I saved $1,300. My goal was to try and save like a whole paycheck, and I basically did that. I mean, a little bit less. I'm just realizing now the math isn't quite mathing. If my bills were $1,547.50, how did I save $1,300? You know what I'm saying? What did I forget here? I must have missed something. Future me will worry about that. So to be honest, at the beginning of this challenge, like the first week or so, it felt really, really hard. Because one thing that I love to do is just like drop by Target after work. I gotta pick up some groceries. Let me go walk around the Home Goods. Let me check out what kind of clothes they got. It's a one-stop shop. And they have so many fun little cute things that sometimes I just can't resist purchasing. But I treat myself way too often, like way too often. So since I wasn't getting that like dopamine hit from shopping, I found myself wanting to bake more at home, which is something that if you watch my channel regularly, you know that like I like it, but I struggle with like wanting to bake at home, even though I love doing it so much, just because I'm kind of like burnt out a little bit from it. But I'm slowly finding my way back into like baking at home and doing this challenge. I don't know, I wanted to bake more because I just wanted to like do something with my hands, Briggs is just wandering around right now. He just really wants pets and love, so we're just gonna have to take a few seconds to pet and love the dog. Another great thing about this savings is that Arlo needs to go to the vet soon and get a teeth cleaning. He's 6 years old now. I tried to stay on top of brushing his teeth, but I'm not good at it. I suck, apparently, so shame me for that if you'd like. I know I need to get better at it. Perhaps the money I just saved up this month is just gonna go straight to that, but at least it's covered and I'm not gonna have to worry about it. Like, that alone is such a good feeling. But yeah, I just wanted to bake more. Like, I made cookies, I made banana bread, I made brownies, I made cake. Like, even sometimes it was just a box mix. I'm not gonna lie, every once in a while, a Pillsbury Funfetti cake mix is just all my heart wants and desires. And yes, I can make a very, very similar thing from scratch, but it's just so fast. It's just so easy, and it just hits the dopamine. That's all I was looking for in that moment. Plus, Grant is obsessed with Funfetti cake as well, so we both loved that. We both enjoyed it. I'd say probably around like the 2.5-2 week in mark is when it just got really easy. And I was just like, oh, I just don't buy stuff anymore, you know? Like, I just, groceries and that's it. Although I did find myself going to a more expensive grocery store simply because that's what is easily accessed on my way home from work, compared to like when I go to Target and then I'm lured into walking around the store, you know what I mean? So I went to a dedicated grocery store. It's a little bit more expensive, which is annoying. Shout out Lunds and Byerly's. Bow, 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 bow. So overall, I would say that while the very beginning was a little bit challenging, a little bit difficult, as it went on, it just became so easy. And almost like a game, like I said, to not spend extra money and just like save every penny that I could. And it feels really good. So now I think after doing this, I'm not going to do the same thing like every single month. I think that's a little bit too much and a little bit too restrictive. And we all know that restriction in the long run isn't good for eating or purchasing. I think what I'm gonna do as I go ahead in the future is if there's something that I wanna purchase, I'm gonna follow the 1 month rule, you know? I'm gonna put it in my Amazon, save for later kind of thing, come back to it in like a month and then see, do I still need this thing? Do I still want this thing? Like, what's up with that? I really want a rice cooker right now. I know I don't need a rice cooker because I'm very capable of cooking rice on the stove and having it turn out just fine. But for some reason, my brain is like, I want a rice cooker. I want like a good zojirushi. I want a fucking rice cooker. Do you know how expensive those things are though? They're like at least $150. That's wild. And I don't even need all the functions. That's one of those things where I'll just buy it because I can, even though I don't really need all that from it. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it's nice to have proved. It's nice to have seen proof that I am able to save so much more money every month than I think I can, especially since my car is now paid her off a couple months ago, and my intent was to start saving all that money, but I think I just went a little crazy with seeing that little extra amount of money in my bank account, and I just went a little silly, you know? It feels really good to not be spending stupid money that I don't be needing to spend. I don't need to be spending. The one thing that I think I failed at the most though this month is that my intention was to try and shop the pantry more and use up stuff that we have in there, but I don't know if I really did that well. I don't know why my brain is like this. There's like things in there and I'm like, gotta save it. We gotta save those things. Why though? Like, why does my brain think I need to save everything that's in the cupboards? But it does. It wants to save them. I see those 3 jars of that roasted garlic rouse sauce. How do you say rouse? Is it rouse or rayos? I always say rouse. Anyway, I got 3 jars of the big jars in there. And I'm like, I gotta save those. Cannot use them. They are to be saved. Why? Girl, use them. I don't know why I do that. So I didn't do very well at shopping the pantry this month. Maybe that's a thing for another challenge, just shopping the pantry to clean it all out. That's for the future though. I feel like really happy and like satisfied and fulfilled that I did it. Because at first I was like, this is gonna be so hard because I knew how much I love to just spend. I love that dopamine, you know? Shopping feels so good. But I'm really glad that I did this challenge. So glad. Also really glad to have just a random extra $1,300 in savings now. Who the hell is she? How did she do that? And I've also realized that I can probably start contributing a little bit more to our mortgage payments. help that get paid off a little faster, you know, that kind of thing. That's cool too. God, I hate money so much. I hate money, but I also love it at the same time. Well, we work with what we've got. And so far we're doing all right. You'll notice there's no YouTube income in there, and that's because you get paid monthly via YouTube, and I generally don't make the minimum every month to get paid out every month. It generally takes a couple months before I see an AdSense payout. So if you're curious about that, right now I'll tell you what's in my AdSense account. Let's check it out together. I currently have $46.46 towards my next payout. You have to hit a minimum of 100 before it'll like send the money to your bank account. So it'll be a little bit while still until we get there. So that's January and February combined. So yeah, it usually takes about 3 or 4 months before I see any money from YouTube. And then anything that I do just immediately goes into savings no matter what. Like I never spend that money. Not that it would count anyway for anything. So in conclusion, I already said that. I had a good time doing this challenge. I hope that I have inspired you to maybe figure out a way if you can save a little bit more money here and there. You know, just a little bit of money here and there. Maybe you were only saving $50 more. I have definitely, not too long ago, been at a point where I was only saving $50 a month, or none at all. I remember a month, like 2 years ago, where I literally saved $1 at the end of the month. And that was stressful. So look at me now, look how far I've come. I think another thing that helps is that I love grocery shopping. So in a way that kind of fulfilled the shopping void, because I love grocery shopping. I love going to the store. I love looking at all the fun stuff, getting new things, trying out new, I love grocery shopping so much. So that probably was very, very helpful for me in this challenge, because you still gotta go grocery shopping no matter what, you know? You gotta get the food. Don't judge me too much, okay? Don't hate me. Well, if you want, you can. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and thank you for helping me save $1,300 this month. Because without this little challenge, it's probably not something that I would have done or tried to do. So thank you. I appreciate you very, very much. And every little watch that gets another cent added to my AdSense account, which is going towards the fence fund for the dogs, if you were unaware. Because we do not have a fenced yard, and they deserve a fenced yard, and so do I. Because I want to be outside. I don't want to be perceived by neighbors. I just want to be. All right, stop rambling. No. Okay, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really, really appreciate everybody who hangs around, comments? Holy shit. I really do appreciate everybody who hangs out and watches videos, leaves comments, all this stuff. I am in the process of trying to figure out how to set up a little book club, a little low effort book club, you know? So if you want to join, just keep that little thought in your brain. If you have any ideas, leave them down below. I have a Discord server set up already, but I'm just trying to figure out what the best way to go about it would be, because I can blow through a book in one day at work. So how is that fair for people? I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking about it. I'm mulling it over. I'm thinking about it. Okay, bye guys! See you in the next video!